Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Savannah. And we just wanted to give a quick thanks to everybody who listened to our first episode.
Yes.
I think it was decently successful.
I mean,
We
it's
got,
honestly far more people than I thought. And
yeah.
guess what, you guys? I'm not saying there was a lot, but there was one person from Puerto Rico who listened. And then shout out to them. And then also shout out to the listener in Australia. Like, can you believe that? Because I surely can't believe that.
Like the other side of the world.
Like, that's crazy. Like,
That is
it
crazy.
might only be 2 people, but like, I really expected there to be 5 people to listen. So
I know. and it's like more people that we don't even know. Listened.
Like it's I know for a fact, right? I know for a fact that I do not know like most of those people who listen. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah, and we got a few reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We wish that like other platforms had reviews, but sadly only Apple Podcast does. So if you're on there, or even if you're not, go on to Apple Podcasts and rate and review, and then it'll just help us out.
It helps so much. So please do that. I might Venmo you $1 if you do it.
Well,
maybe that's a lie.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm also not gonna do that. I might do it for one person. So whoever the first one person is to leave the next review, you get $1 from me. Maybe. Okay, well, I have a few little intro topics before we get into our stories to talk about. So the first one, I had like a really weird kind of, I don't know it was just weird incident. So last Friday I got off of work and I was so excited. I was like, it's the weekend, like let's relax and not have to think about work. And I get off work, get in my car, and my check engine light comes on. So you already know how I was feeling.
You already know like the whole week is just gonna be trash.
Right. I was like, okay, well, this is not how I wanted to start my weekend, but okay. So I was like, let me just take it to like Advance and like see what the problem is. And I go, and there's all these like COVID restrictions, so that just made it even more difficult. But anyway, so we're like figuring out what's wrong, and the guy that's helping me is like, before we even do this, I'm just gonna take a guess like as to what's wrong with it. And I was like, okay. And he guessed, he was like, the cold idle air start valve. That is definitely not what it's called, but some version of those words together. And he's like, I hope it's not that problem though, because that's not like a great problem to have. But that's just my guess. I was like, okay. And then like he plugs it in and we figure it out, and like the code pops up and he's like, okay, so now all you have to do is Google this code and it'll tell you what's wrong. Word for word, this man, it was like the cold idle start something. And I was like, are you serious, sir? You just actually jinxed me.
He really did jinx you.
I know. And I was like, okay. And he was like, okay, I really didn't know that was going to happen. I was like, sure you didn't, sir. Sure. So I was like upset. I sat in the Advance parking lot for literally like an hour and a half after that, trying to get an appointment. Because I was like, you know what? It's okay. At least it's the weekend, you know? Like I can get it fixed over the weekend. You don't have
to like worry about work
and everything. Yeah. So I call the dealership because I like my car's still under warranty, and they're like, okay, we can get you in next Friday. That was a week after. And I was like, ma'am, he told me it like wasn't like I could still drive it, but just like, you know, not drive it, like don't go on a road trip. But I was like, I'm not. I was like, ma'am, you're telling me there's not a single appointment until next Friday? And she was like, well, let me look. And then she was like, actually, we have one at Tuesday at 7:30 in the morning. And I was like, oh my, I don't want to get up. I can't get up. But I was like, okay, that's fine.
Taylor, wait, what time?
7:30 a.m.
That is, I wake up at like 6:30 every morning.
I don't have to go to work till 9, so I don't wake up until like 8:20 every day.
Oh my God. I am literally have left by then.
Well,
like I wake up at 6:30 every morning and I leave for work at like 7:50.
Well, the problem is that you live like an hour away from your work, and I live 5 minutes.
30 minutes away from work, which isn't that bad, but no, it's kind of bad.
But I live 5 minutes from my work, so I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, I would too, I guess.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
It is early. I hate it every morning.
Yeah. Okay, but that's not even the weirdest part about the car story. Forgot. Okay. So I wasn't driving my car like that much. I did have to go like Sunday. I like went to like Walmart and like just ran around just like a few places that I needed to like do some stuff. And I get in the car and the light is off. And they didn't turn it off. Like it would never, it was still on like when I left like the place. And I was like, so I called my dad and he was like, okay, that's weird. And he was like, I mean, I would still take it. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to still take it. Like,
Yeah.
And then I like Googled it and apparently it's like a thing. Like it'll just go off. And I was like, fine, you know, I'm still going to take it. And I like went, so when I took it on Tuesday, I like told the guy and he's like, well, that's weird. I was like, yeah, but I just don't want you to get it checked out just in case. And he was like, okay. Turns out it was still the problem, but the light had went off. And I was like, God. Okay, that's scary.
Yeah.
But,
I know if you like overlook it the first time and it doesn't come on again, I would just be like, oh well, I guess the problem's gone. Right.
And like people were telling me like, Taylor, don't go, it's off. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. Like I have car anxiety, so I don't know about that. But you know, it's good now and it's fixed, so she's good. That's good. Yes. So okay, but the other thing I wanted to talk about. So I sent you a TikTok.
Yes. Oh my God.
About this man. The caveman. This frozen caveman. At first I didn't believe it. I thought it was just like a sheet of ice with a man behind it. But basically, let me explain the TikTok to you. So this like man is like walking around in some woods. And he's like, look at this caveman in some ice. And it was literally like a ginormous rectangular like block of ice with a caveman looking person inside of the ice. And at first it really looked like somebody was just like standing behind the ice.
Yeah, it really looked fake. And I was like, okay, somebody definitely like did this. But but then
he walked around the back of it and like the person was in the ice. And like it could have been like a dummy, I guess.
I know, it could have been because it was kind of blurry and it was dark outside, so you can't really tell. But
and it was also like snowing. But I was like, okay, that's weird. So
and the fact that it looked like it was in somebody's backyard was weird. It's like,
that's even more weird. And I'm just like, is that real? And it literally the guy at the end of the TikTok was like, so if you want to see this, I don't know how much longer this is going to be, but come here. And like there was like location details. I was like, what?
Wait, where was it?
I don't know. I honestly probably should have looked at that, but did I? No. Kind of wanted to go see it though, but I knew it was nowhere close to me. So yeah.
I know, we might need to find out more about that.
Yeah, we probably should. Because I kind of want to go see a frozen caveman.
I know, that's crazy.
Crazy. Well, okay, that's really all I have to say. Other than the fact that Juju is currently out of the office right now. I mean, he's still gonna take the notes. So we'll tell him. But
wait, is he listening in?
He's listening in, but he's listening in from outside of this room because he was like very needy and wanted to be up on this desk.
Oh, right.
And he likes to throw things off the desk. So, but he's listening.
We'll just yell at him to take notes.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you want to go first?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So, this story, I'm actually really excited to tell this story. Because last time you did one around, like, you know, where you grew up, and this is the area that I grew up.
Oh, we love a hometown story.
Yes. Well, sort of. So
Close
it's
enough.
like, it's like southern New Jersey, Philadelphia folklore, and I grew up, like, outside of Philly. Shout out to Delco.
Delco.
Taylor, have you ever been to New Jersey?
No.
You don't know anything about New Jersey, Delaware Valley, geography?
No. I know about the Jersey Shore.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, this story takes place, like, story, legend, whatever, is, in the New Jersey Pine Barrens.
Oh.
So that's southern New Jersey. On one side of it is Philadelphia, the other side of it is, like, the Atlantic City Beach.
Oh, okay.
So that area,
okay. Yeah.
It's like in the middle, it's just a bunch of
That's where the casino is, right? Atlantic City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So, yeah, the Pine Barrens is basically like a big forest with like two highways running through it. There's not really much there.
Trees.
Yeah, trees. And I think it was like never really settled there because the soil is barren and, you know, you couldn't really do any crops there or anything. And it's also swampy. So
So
not
Shrek?
very good for building.
Is this the Legend of Shrek?
No, it's not. Can you guess?
Darn.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my guess was Shrek, so.
Okay. Well, it also, I forgot. The one area is like Leeds Point. Well, that's what it used to be called, but now it's Atlantic County.
Oh.
So that's Leeds Point sort of has something to do with the story.
Wait, okay. Leeds Point is okay. Is that like a big wide area? Because I imagine like the top of a mountain is Leeds Point.
It says it's now Atlantic County, so I
Okay,
guess
so it's like
just,
the whole county.
near the beach-ish
Okay.
area, but I don't know. But yeah, there's like cedar swamps, forest, yeah. But my story is on something that lives in these forests.
Oh, Shrek.
The Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil. Okay, I have in fact heard of the Jersey Devil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about him, but
yeah,
he sounds
honestly,
a little bit scary.
I just remember growing up and being scared of the Jersey Devil, but I never really knew anything about it.
He was gonna come get you.
I know. So the original name for it was the Leeds Devil.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was in like Leeds Point,
Yeah.
and it's also has to do with the Leeds family.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So first, I'm going to describe like what the Jersey Devil like sort of looks like.
Okay, good.
What would you think?
Okay, the only thing that I can think about right now is the Tasmanian Devil, so that's what I'm picturing.
Well, it's not really like that. Okay, so the Jersey Devil is like, it's supposed to be a flying biped with hooves. So biped like
Yeah,
on
2 feet. Yeah.
with hooves.
Okay.
There's many variations of it, but that's like the general one. And then the most common is that it's kangaroo-like.
Okay.
With a goat head.
Oh.
Bat wings. Horns.
Okay.
Hooves. And
This sounds...
a forked tail.
Okay, so this is literally the devil, Satan himself.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Satan, who's going to be probably in every single one of our episodes.
Okay, well, maybe not the devil himself, but like a
devil. Yeah, okay, wow, that's horrifying. When you started the description, like, and we were talking about like the hooves, I was picturing then, what's his name from Narnia?
Oh my god.
But then it got worse. But then it got worse. No,
definitely not. So he moves quickly. And
ew, I don't like anything that moves quickly.
A really high-pitched... okay, this is literal quotations around this. Blood-curdling scream.
Oh, God, that is...
It screams, so that's cool.
Just because he just screams?
That's just the noise it makes.
Oh, good. Love that.
Alright, so let's get into the story of, like, how this thing came to be. So there's a few different stories of how the Jersey Devil was born or whatever, but this is the most common one. It started in 1735. So,
okay. So a long time ago.
Mother Leeds.
Mother Leeds.
The last name Leeds.
Yes. Wait, was her first name Mother, or was she just the mom?
No, she's just the mom.
Okay.
Because there is like a few first names circling around the internet. Like, people say that it could have been this lady Deborah Leeds or Jane Leeds. Mm-hmm. But we're just gonna go with Mother Leeds.
Yeah. Mother Leeds is cooler anyway.
Yeah. So she had 12 children.
Okay. Too many.
Yeah.
12 too many.
She thought so too. Because she was pregnant with her 13th.
No.
And the unlucky number 13.
I was just going to say, why would you have 13?
She was like really mad to be pregnant with this baby because, you know, unlucky number 13. And she was like, had all these kids and everything. So she cursed her 13th child.
You're not going to tell me that this 13th baby is the devil.
She cursed her 13th child saying it would be the devil.
Why would she do that? Just literally like the car man, speaking these things into existence.
Yeah, I don't know. But, so it was born a normal baby, but then it slowly turned into a devil creature.
That's good.
like with well, not really slowly, but like within a few hours.
Okay,
turned
Savannah.
into an ugly creature. But see, there's like different variations. It says like some say that it was like, you know, over like a day, or some say it was born like this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
one
see,
of them.
when you said slowly, here's what I imagined. Like, oh, young little baby devil boy is growing up and like, you know, he's normal and then like they're like drawing his height on like the door
Yeah.
and then like they're like, "Oh, like let's measure how long your tail is or your horn." That's what I was picturing.
Okay, one story does actually say that it was slowly, so I just messed up my words, but
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
they don't really know.
Yeah, I know exactly. You weren't there. It was 1735.
Exactly.
But anyway, whenever either it was born like this or it turned into it, but it flew out the chimney to live in the pine barrens.
That should not be funny, but that is so funny.
Yeah, and so during the day, the devil lives in like the wetlands of the pine barrens, and then at night it comes out to scare anyone it meets.
Ew, ew. Ew, and you said there's like roads. Okay, you are never catching me on that road at night.
Yeah, so there's two roads. There's the Atlantic City Expressway and the Garden State Parkway, and they're like big highways. They go to the beach. So
So they're like very traveled.
yes, and people like when you drive on there at night, you're like, oh my god, the Jersey Devil's gonna get me.
Oh no, absolutely, I will
or like
not
run
drive.
in front of you and like
Yeah, like wreck your car. Oh no, imagine like wrecking and then like he's just coming after you.
oh my god, I know.
Oh, scary.
Yeah, scary. So the devil has been blamed for like various things over the years.
Oh, I'm sure.
So some things he's been blamed for were like crops failing.
Mm-hmm.
People said that he made cows stop giving milk.
What?
You know, when like a cow doesn't have any milk left.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god, the Jersey Devil.
Oh, I crashed my car. Oh my gosh, this is Jersey Devil.
Yeah, exactly. He's blamed for droughts.
This
he
poor
apparently
this poor devil.
Oh, I know. It's just like some unwanted kid.
This poor little boy.
They say he blew the tops off of trees and boiled streams.
Okay. But doesn't that just like purify the water?
Well, maybe.
I'm starting to believe this Jersey Devil isn't as evil as he sounds.
Oh yeah, I don't know. He's blamed for the loss of all livestock. Some people believe that the devil appeared every 7 years because you know
Ooh.
7's an unlucky number too.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people said that he foreshadows disaster and war.
Oh gosh.
So if he was around, then you know.
Yeah, something bad's gonna happen. Okay. I'm not trying to see him.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, we're gonna get into that. So here are some sightings of the devil. Some people who thought they saw him. There's actually some famous people who thought they saw the Jersey Devil. It's kind of crazy. So, you know, random civilians like businessmen, postal officials, policemen have seen or heard the Jersey Devil, or saw like tracks left in the snow.
Mm-hmm. What, like hooves?
Yeah, I guess so.
What?
Which is like, I mean, I guess that's not really.
I mean, what? There's gonna be wild horses? I feel like that's not.
Well, I mean, there actually are wild horses in parts of New Jersey.
Oh, interesting.
There's like an island with some on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one's kind of crazy. Joseph Bonaparte, so like the brother of Napoleon.
Yeah.
Former king of Spain.
Yeah.
Was in New Jersey and he like was reported to see the Jersey Devil.
Well, first of all, why was he in New Jersey?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's a person in government, you know,
true.
Going to different countries.
True.
And, you know, like, America was, like, sort of started around that area, so. And Philadelphia's right there, which was, like,
no, you're right. You're definitely right.
But, yeah, that's crazy that he, like, was like, yeah, I saw the Jersey Devil.
That is so crazy. Like, did he say, like, what he looked like?
Well, I guess how it's described.
Yeah. That's scary. Now I kind of want to see him, though.
Yeah, I don't
know. I'm changing my mind, Savannah. Maybe we have to take a road trip. Juju.
Find the Jersey Devil.
Juju. Plan a trip.
But yeah, he said he saw him while he was hunting in the woods.
Oh, okay.
And also a pirate saw him before, Captain Kidd.
Mm-hmm.
So he was said to have buried treasure in the area where the Jersey Devil lived.
Yeah.
And legend has it that he beheaded one of his men to like guard his treasure forever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And apparently the headless pirate and the Jersey Devil like became friends.
What? That's crazy.
So Captain Kidd's guard and the Jersey Devil.
That's fun.
And apparently they were even seen walking along the Atlantic and in the marshlands.
Wow. Lovers.
Yeah, maybe. Jersey Devil was also seen at sea with a mermaid in 1870.
No.
Yes.
So that you're telling me this is not only the Jersey Devil, this is also mermaids a little bit.
Well, just that. But yeah, apparently he was seen with mermaid.
Okay, wait. Is this like who said this? Anybody believable, credible?
I'm
gonna go with yes. They're credible.
Yeah, sure. I think I'm probably like a group of people. I don't know.
Okay, wait, but like, was the mermaid in the swamp or was the devil like near the ocean?
Oh, probably like it said in sea.
Okay,
so
okay.
In the sea. So this part of the story is kind of crazy. There's a published police and newspaper accounts during like this famous week in January of 1909. Like so many people saw the Jersey Devil in that like 1 week.
No.
One thing I saw said like over 30 sightings, but then another thing I saw said over like 100.
Wow.
So I don't know, a lot of people.
Yeah. Either way, that's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people saw the devil in a 1 week period.
In only 1 week?
Yes.
Okay, that's scary.
And they said that they saw him traveling, like sailing across the Delaware River to Maryland. Sailing
in a boat or like what?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe with his pirate lover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was like sailing in a boat to like over to Maryland, to Pennsylvania, Delaware, just traveling all around, and people were like, "Oh my God, look, Jersey Devil."
Okay, that sounds just a little tiny bit debatable to me.
He probably stole someone's boat. I don't know.
I mean, true.
I mean, how old is he by now? It's 1909.
So he's like,
and he was
250.
born in 1735. So he, I mean, seems pretty smart by then.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope he had learned something in those years.
Exactly. Like, who's to say he doesn't know how to sail?
True.
But because of all these sightings, and they were like police and newspaper accounts, so they're sort of credible.
I mean,
yeah, well, that's what people would think it's credible.
Yeah,
because that's where you get your news and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So the newspaper articles like sort of created a panic in the area.
Yeah, it would everyone was panic like, me too.
Scared to run into him or something. And there was even like reports of the Jersey Devil attacking people on a trolley.
Okay, that's horrifying. I was just gonna say, like, does he do like bad things to people, or does he just like to scare them? But if he's attacking people on a trolley, sounds to me like he's a little bit dangerous.
Yeah. So apparently, after he attacked people, the police shot at it, and he escaped unharmed.
Oh,
so
bulletproof.
Yeah, basically. And it was so, like, everyone was so in fear of this devil that schools even closed.
No way.
Yeah.
What? For how long?
I think just for probably like a week or two, but
that is so crazy.
It died down. Yeah. But yeah, like fear throughout the whole area.
I get it. I would be
scared.
Then,
like people were staying home too from work.
Wow.
Yeah.
The original quarantine.
Yeah, literally the quarantine from the Jersey Devil.
I would rather be quarantining from the Jersey Devil than coronavirus.
So while people were like, out of school and work, some people were like vigilantes and went out to try to kill it.
Okay, that would be me.
They're like the hunters trying to save all the people, I guess,
Of course.
Okay, but I don't think they actually found him or anything.
So. Yeah, I mean, I think we would probably have known about it if they found him.
Yeah. But after this, the scientific community sort of got involved.
Oh, interesting.
They started to look for explanations, you know, since this was like such a big story in the news.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, science professors from Philadelphia and experts at the Smithsonian,
No way.
they thought the devil was like a prehistoric creature from like the Jurassic period.
What?
Like just from people's descriptions and everything.
Yeah.
But the Academy of Natural Sciences in Philadelphia could not find it. Like they couldn't find it to study, for one, and they could not locate any record of like a species resembling the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've never heard of anybody sounding any type of animal sounding like him before.
Yeah. I know, it's like a mix of a bunch of animals.
Yeah.
You know? So this is also so crazy to me. The superintendent of the Philadelphia Zoo offered a $10,000 reward for the capture of the Jersey Devil.
No way. You know what? I would have been like, say less, and I would have showed up the next day with that Jersey Devil.
The prize is still unclaimed. You could do it.
No way. Okay, Savannah, that's it. Juju, book our flights right now. Oh Just God. Kidding. We're in a pandemic. We're going to drive there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little far. But...
road trip.
So yeah, that's like crazy. Like they were so into it that they were offering a reward for it to have it in the zoo.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Going to the zoo and having the Jersey Devil there.
I would go every day. I would literally go every day, especially if I live close. I would be like, the Jersey Devil is my homie.
Yeah, exactly. The Philadelphia Zoo is crazy. It's like the oldest zoo in the country. I think.
That's scary. You know what? I don't know if this is true or not, but I think that I've heard that it's haunted.
Wait, really? I've been to it so many times, and I actually slept overnight at the
Philadelphia Zoo. Okay, well, don't quote me on that, because I'm unsure. I'm unsure about that, but I do think I remember hearing about that before. Next story? Maybe.
Okay, well. So, after all of that happened, here's just, I guess, some sort of fun facts. And, like, actually, there's, like, some people who think of him in a different way than most people do. So, from what I've said so far, he seems like a awful creature that's gonna scare you and, like, hurt you and all the stuff, right? But some people who, well, the things that I read say that these are people who live farther away from that area. So maybe it's just because they're not around there to see what's going on. But they think that he's, like, not known to harm anyone or break any, like, laws or...
He's a law-abiding citizen of the wetlands.
Exactly. But this is people who don't live right in that area.
Yeah.
So some people say that he's even the protector of the Pinelands.
Oh.
So that's sort of what you were saying before, that he's actually nice.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for him, especially, like, if he actually is, like, from that family of 12 kids and he just, like, was cursed by his mom. That's sad, if that's true.
Yeah. And servicemen from the Vietnam War era, like, people who have been to the Vietnam War, they say that the devil is a anti-war symbol.
Okay, we love that.
Before, though, some people said that he's a symbol of war, so it's like...
Interesting, so people can't get their story straight.
Yeah, exactly. So the Jersey Devil was sort of like a story for that area, like folklore for, you know, that whole area for a long time, until around like the 1970s, when he gained attention from a movie called The Legend of Boggy Hollow.
Oh, I think I might have heard of that, but I've definitely not seen it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it either. But apparently it has something to do with Jersey Devil.
We should watch it.
There's also a comic character based off of him.
Ooh. What comic?
It says that it's like a Berlin-based comic.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's a character called JD.
Oh.
Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil.
But the character protects the environment and searches for truth.
Okay, so I'm
So,
starting to believe that maybe he's not as evil as people are making him sound.
yeah, see, some people think that he's like great.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm on their side.
I'm
I
on
think
their
he's a
side
protector
too.
of the Pinelands.
Me too. I think he's just like Shrek, protecting
Yeah.
his swamp.
There's also a video game for PlayStation
No.
and Windows.
No.
It was like a 1999 one though, so it's like really
Oh.
old. But
I was like, I have a PlayStation.
you should get it. It was like for PlayStation 1.
I have a PlayStation 1.
Oh, well, you should get it. It's called Jersey Devil.
Okay, well, I bet I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, you should. And this one's kind of crazy. In 1939, the Jersey Devil was reportedly named the official state demon.
Why do I want that to be my title?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Does every state have an official state demon? That's something that we need to look
I feel
up.
like just New Jersey.
Well, no, I feel like because North Carolina has a demon that lives in the woods too.
Oh.
The Kill Devil Hills devil.
Oh, see, I tried to look for that, but I could not find anything on that.
Really? Okay, well, maybe I'll have to do a story about him. But there is a devil in North Carolina that lives in Kill Devil Hills, which is why it's called Kill Devil Hills.
Oh my God.
Maybe there are state demons. I guess we'll have to
like
see.
Connected in some way.
I kind of feel like they are. I think I've like heard stories like maybe
Do you
they're
know
like
anything about like what it looks like?
No.
Oh, well.
We'll come back with that next week on Mysteries, Myths, and Legends.
Yeah. It's not the end of the episode yet.
No, I know. I was just letting the people know.
So that's pretty much all I had. There is a group of people called the Devil Hunters who go and hunt it, but they haven't caught it yet. So
Well, they suck at their job.
yeah.
So, do you think that he's real?
Honestly, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's always possible for like all these creatures, like the Jersey Devil, Bigfoot, like all these things, like there could be species that we don't know about, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, who knows? I guess we're going to have to take a trip and see.
I know.
Even though I'm a little bit scared to drive on a road in the swamp, in the woods, with the Jersey Devil. But I would.
I mean, there's swamps and forests and stuff just like that in Wilmington.
Oh, I
where
know.
You live right now.
Oh, I know.
So,
but I've never heard of no devil
honestly,
here.
like, when I first went to Wilmington, it kind of reminded me of that, like, beachy, foresty area. In, like,
I mean, yeah, it
Jersey.
sounds like similar vibes.
Yeah,
like environments.
It really is. Except there's no monster coming after you in North Carolina.
Maybe.
Well, not in our area of North Carolina.
True.
Okay, so what do you have for us this week, Taylor?
Well, you know what? We need to take a break, a little sponsor break, actually, before we get into my story. So,
Ooh, sponsor
break time. Enjoy. Okay, welcome back. Just kidding. We don't have any sponsors. So
yeah, not yet, sadly.
Sorry about that. I just needed just 5 seconds to recollect my thoughts.
If anyone wants to sponsor us.
Yeah, shout out to literally anybody if you want to sponsor
email
us.
address in the description.
Yeah, email us. Also, email us before I start my story. If y'all have some stories you want us to look up and tell, please email us the stories because
yeah,
I'm intrigued.
We have like a list of things we want to get through, but we're gonna be having a bunch of stories on this podcast, so
exactly, and
especially we're gonna run out of ideas eventually.
Definitely, but especially submit your like stories if you have like personal experiences or like pictures of anything. Even if it's like stuff we talked about already.
Yeah,
send us all of the things. So, anyway, on to my story. So, mine is The Legend of Lake Lanier. Have you ever heard of that?
Okay, I feel like I've definitely heard of Lake Lanier, but I haven't heard of it being spooky or anything.
Okay, well, I don't know how or where like I got started on it, but it's something that lives in the back of my mind like every single day. So
okay,
I'm just gonna
it must be a good story.
It's crazy actually. It's like, I mean, I even knew like some of the story, but I when I looked it up and I just was not expecting what I actually found. So, anywho, So Lake Lanier is a lake, obviously, located in like the northern part of Georgia, and so it's like an hour away from Atlanta,
Oh, okay, okay.
like north of Atlanta. So
Geography, more geography.
geography, and so I hate geography and I hate math, but I just gave you some geography and I'm about to give you some math. So, but it's important math, trust me. I wouldn't be telling y'all math if it was not important. So, Lake Lanier is 59 square miles of water. So,
Okay.
in my head, when I think of miles, like almost 60 miles, that's like an hour of driving. So, like, that's like pretty big,
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. That
But
is really big.
yeah, but like compared to like the Great Lakes, like it's so small, such a small little lake. So,
Yeah.
but Lake Lanier is the largest lake in Georgia, and it's also considered to be America's most deadly lake.
Oh my god, no.
Dun, dun, dun. So,
Wait,
not,
maybe I have heard more about this
yeah,
lake.
well, you're finna see,
Oh,
because
okay.
I think you'll have an idea
Yeah.
when I say some things. So, allegedly, Lake Lanier is cursed. And the legend says that Lake Lanier is haunted by a ghost of a woman who has no hands and roams the lake in a very flowy, like blue dress.
Ooh, honestly, I mean, besides the no hands part, she seems chill.
Yeah, right. She is chill. So,
Like, I want to just wear a blue flowy dress
right,
and walk around a lake.
with no hands.
Well,
I want to start singing No Hands so bad, but like I don't want to get like copywritten, you feel me?
yeah.
So, just pretend like I'm singing it to you. So, a lot of people say that they've seen this woman. And, you know, the legend, people have taken so many years to come up with like the most creative name for this woman. Would you like to know what it is?
Yeah.
The Lady of the Lake.
Oh my god, I knew it was gonna be something like that.
Yeah, that took a long time. So,
Sounds
they
about
call
right.
her, yeah, so they call her the Lady of the Lake. And when I read that, my mind went immediately to one of my favorite TV shows, like The Haunting of Bly Manor. So it's like the second season of The Haunting of Hill House, which I know you haven't watched, Savannah, because
Yeah,
it is extremely scary.
I know that it's a good show and I really should watch it.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
You should.
But
It is really scary. I'm not
I
gonna
have
lie.
a lot of shows to watch.
Yeah, it's really scary. So, but in case anybody else has watched it, so The Haunting of Bly Manor is like literally based around the Lady of the Lake. And I was trying to look to see like if it was this Lady of the Lake, and I couldn't really find anything. But like her name in the show is literally Lady of the Lake. So
Okay.
I feel like
So,
maybe.
I mean, probably.
And she did have hands in the show, but she also was wearing a blue flowy dress. So I feel like it is based
Okay.
on this.
Yeah.
So
I would
that
say
like
so.
so when I found that out, I was like even more invested in the story because that's one of my favorite TV shows. So anyway, so the history of the lake is very intriguing to say the least. So the Chattahoochee River ran through this community until 1956 when the Army Corps of Engineers built the Buford Dam, and that's when they made Lake Lanier. So Lake Lanier is a man-made lake,
Okay.
which is extremely crucial to the story. So before they made the lake, apparently it was like a very lush, like fertile land with like a bunch of wildlife, and there was like a community of people that lived there, and like it was just like a very happy community up until these people were like, "Nah, y'all gotta go, because we need to just build a lake and a dam for fun." So,
Oh my god.
so when they started to like clear the land to like prepare for the dam and the lake, they found like over 20 cemeteries on this land. Okay, and there were like both
Okay,
obviously.
why would they do?
Why would I know? People still build on cemeteries today as if they haven't learned anything from any of these shows or anything that they
Oh my
watch.
god.
I know. So, and they were both like marked and unmarked graves. So,
You're just gonna have a lake where people will probably go swimming in and, have boats on and have like a fun time and it's just people dead underneath. Like,
see, yeah,
that's
that was my next point is that do you think that they were going to move these bodies? Oh, no, no, no. They said, oh, they're already dead. Let's just leave them down there. So,
oh my god. Well, I mean, if they're digging for this lake, where, like, do they dig them up just because they're digging a lake?
they did not, in fact, dig them up. No. They did not want to do that.
Did they dig to make the lake, though?
They did dig to make the lake, but I guess I don't, I don't really know the answer to that question, but they definitely had to dig. I don't know, but it's confirmed.
Maybe they were like old and they were really far down there.
Well, it's confirmed that the bodies are still there. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But if you know anything about anything like haunted, ghost related, like building things on top of burial grounds, especially Indian burial grounds, never a good sign. Never.
Wait, this is Indian land?
That's what I was going to say, is that land? I don't know for a fact that it is, but I mean, it's in like the south of America. I mean, I'm sure there was at one point.
True.
Like Native Americans living here. So, I mean, if I had to bet my money, I would say probably some of them weren't. Especially
who were the people they kicked out, though.
I couldn't find a lot of information about that.
Okay.
So I don't know. But the fact that there was like a lot of these cemeteries were like all unmarked graves. So, I mean, I guess some of that could have been like from a war, maybe. I really don't know. But people say that it could be Indian burial grounds. So that could explain also some of the other like hauntings, not only just like the Lady of the Lake. So, as we already know, like the bodies at the bottom of the lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not all that's on the bottom of that lake. These men who decided that they just needed this dam and this lake to be built were extremely lazy. Extremely lazy. And they just decided to leave just about everything down there at the bottom of the lake. They divers have found Volkswagen Beetles, houseboats, roads, full roads.
Roads?
And there's even an entire abandoned town at the bottom of this lake, immersed in the water on the floor of the lake. Which, if you throw it back to the first episode, maybe that's Atlantis. Not really, no. Just, it reminded me of that, though, because, like, there's literally an abandoned town at the bottom of that lake. So now that I'm thinking about it, I think that it was, like, in, like, a little area. So I think the lake just, like, went up instead of, like, digging down, you know?
Like, like, as if there was, like, a valley there.
Yeah.
And just filled it with water.
Definitely.
That's
so
insane. Oh, my God. They covered a whole town. They were like...
But you know what? That's not the only thing they covered. They also covered, which is, like, this is the craziest thing to me. There is an entire, like, old car racetrack down there. Do you know how scary that is?
Why did they need to make this lake that bad?
Right. Or, like, how are you going to be so lazy to not move these things out before you build this?
Okay, all I'm thinking is that this was just, like, racism or something.
Right.
And this was, like, I don't, like, when did you say this was made?
It was made in 1956.
Yeah, why do I feel like it was like
a black town? Yep.
And they just covered it because they're like, we want you guys out of here.
Yep. I mean, honestly, it would not surprise me.
That's just crazy.
It's crazy.
They covered the whole town.
They covered the whole town, and all these people were without jobs, without homes. All these people had to relocate their lives, and they had no say in it, no say whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, think about it, like all of their family members are like buried here at the bottom of this lake, and now they like,
true, yeah.
Like that's so sad. Like that is so sad. So. So the reason that people think that Lake Lanier is cursed is because there's like an extremely high number of deaths that have happened at this lake. So
on top of all the other stuff.
Right. Like it's already enough. But so since its opening, so it did open in 1956 too. They finished it all in 1 year, obviously, because they didn't do anything to clean it up. They just poured the water in, basically. So since 1999, there have been more than 200 deaths at Lake Lanier. And when I first read that, I was like, 200 doesn't sound like a lot to me. Like, I mean, it does, but not really.
Did you say 1991?
Since 1999.
No. It's like...
I mean, it's a lot.
That's 20 years.
Yeah. No, it's a lot, but I'm about to blow your mind even more. Because in my brain, I was like, well, that's not a lot. Like, I'm not going to be able to do this story because that's not a lot. But... So I did some math. Here's where the math really comes in. So as I mentioned, obviously like the biggest lakes in America are the Great Lakes. So there are 5 Great Lakes, and somebody did the math, measured, and all 5 of them together are 95,000 square miles Okay.
Okay.
So 95,000 square miles compared to 59 square miles. That's Lake Lanier. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So since the same amount of time that there have been 200 deaths at Lake Lanier, there has been 800 deaths in all the Great Lakes combined.
So what's that fraction?
That fraction is
Like that percentage.
I didn't do it, but
that's just
think about like 200 to 59 square miles, 800 to 95,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like that's crazy. That's an unbelievable amount of deaths. And I mean, it is true that they don't know. Like maybe there could be more deaths that have occurred there, but those are just the ones that are reported. So,
yeah, it seems like it's not just because it's a lake that people are dying, you know?
for sure.
Because, like, people do die at, like, lakes because of boating accidents.
Yeah.
But, like, that is way too many.
Like, that's a lot.
In 20 years.
Exactly. Like, it's unbelievable. So, so since the lake's opening, which was in 1956, 675 people have been confirmed to die in that lake. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's really a lot. And so divers literally say that it's common for them to just be like swimming down there, going through the rubbish of what's down there because there's a lot of stuff down there, and they'll just be reaching out for stuff and grab an arm or a leg of a dead body. And this is like common. So then they call it in.
I'm just in shock right now.
I know.
Why do people go here?
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like a lot of people don't know about this. So maybe that's why they go there. But like first of all, another one of my fears is lakes. Because I live at the beach. I love swimming in the ocean. The ocean horrifies me. But like I can at least like see my feet when I'm in the ocean. You know what I'm saying?
Well, can you?
I can here.
Compared
to a dirty lake. Yeah.
You're right.
I can't even see my hands when I'm swimming in a lake. So I do not swim in a lake. You're never going to catch me at the lake. If I'm at a lake, I better be on a boat.
Okay, see, I have swam in lakes, but it's still terrifying to me.
Yeah, I mean, I did when I was little.
You think something's going to, like, get you.
Exactly. So if you're swimming in Lake Lanier, I mean, dead bodies could literally be floating right underneath you.
Oh my God.
Right. And this is real. This isn't even the ghost part yet. Like, these are actual people dead down there that could just, like, float up and touch you when you're swimming in that. Which is just really gross.
Okay, did you see anything about why there's so many people who died? Or I guess that's part of your story.
Yeah. So, well, they just say that it's cursed because of all of the people that are buried down there.
Okay.
And the other part that I haven't got to yet.
Okay.
So, okay, oh my gosh, this is also horrifying. I forgot. So people also say that when they're swimming in the lake, sometimes it feels like somebody is grabbing them by the ankles or the hands and pulling them towards the bottom of the lake. And then like these people almost drown. But somehow like some of them that have survived have came out and like told their stories that they were like, something was pulling me down to the bottom of this lake to try to drown me. But they were like able to get away.
Oh my God.
Like that's horrifying. Like that is
Devil?
Jersey Devil. Atlanteans. For real. So, okay, so on to the Lady of the Lake and her story. So, picture this. It's April 1958. The lake had only been open for 2 years at this point.
Okay.
And so we have little Susie Roberts just driving her car with her best friend, Delia Mae Parker Young. So look, we got little Susie, little Delia. They're just taking a little stroll. They were like planning on going to this place called Dawsonville, Georgia. And so they were like driving on like Lanier Bridge, which is where like the dam is. And she like Susie was driving and she lost control of the car and crashed it right into the lake. And like it just sank. The whole car sank. So when the girls never showed up to where they were going to, obviously like the people they were going to see like called the police and they were like, these are like our friends never came. They never showed up, but they were like on the way. And so they started an investigation.
Oh, so they never got out?
They never got out. No, they didn't. So like the police like are investigating and they like went to like stores and gas stations like around like where they like would have been traveling, and they found like really close to the lake, they found that the girls had actually stopped at a gas station. And actually, these girls stole some things from the gas station and left. And apparently, not too far down the road from the gas station, the gas station was really close to the bridge. And so there were skid marks from the car leading into the lake. So that's how the police knew that, like, they must have, like, lost control and went into the lake because of the skid marks on the road.
Okay.
So they had, like, the divers go out and, like, see if they could recover the bodies of the car. But the water was so murky and so dark, even in the daytime, they couldn't find anything. And it's deep. I don't know how deep it is, but it is deep, that lake. So
Oh my God.
they just,
That's scary.
yeah,
It's
scary.
they just
Disappeared, and they're just like in the lake, and they know that they're in the lake. But they're just like, we can't find them. So that's even more scary.
In a whole car.
In a whole car, a whole entire car, and 2 people. They just couldn't find them. So, so a little bit over a year after the accident, a fisherman actually spotted a decomposing body that had washed up underneath the bridge. And this body was missing 2 toes and both of its hands. And it was so decomposed that, like, the coroners were never able to identify who the body was.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, this is a little bit strange because, in case you don't know, I have a degree in forensic science. So,
yes, you do.
Like, water, when a body is put into water, like, it's like the decomposition process is, like, completely different, like, if it was in, like, air.
Yeah.
And, like,
is it faster or?
It's like weird. It's like, it's better and worse in different ways.
Okay.
But water does not, it literally, like, decomposes slower in water. So I feel like it's, I mean, it was like a year and a half. So, I mean, that was a long time for her to be under the water. So I
thought people, like, killers would just put bodies into water because they think it's gonna get rid of it faster.
Well, I think killers throw bodies into the water because they're like, oh, nobody's ever gonna find the body. Because, like, if they, like, weigh it down. Because, like, I mean, who's just diving in the bottom? Like, I mean, there are divers, but, like, most people don't just, like, dive to the bottom.
Yeah.
You know? Like Dexter.
Okay. So it like preserved this guy.
Yeah. So, but this woman was not, she was not, I mean, they didn't even know if it was a girl or a boy.
Okay.
At this point. So, but they thought it was really weird that only 2 of the toes and both of the hands were missing. Because people were like, well, the fish probably ate it. And I was like, well, why would the fish only eat two toes and 2 hands? And all that's, like, the, like, most bony, less meaty part of the body. Mm-hmm. So that makes no sense. So I tried to, like, find out, like, what could have happened. And I don't know. But I do know that the fish absolutely did not eat this person's hands and 2 toes. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if there was, like, something worse going on between the little friendship that Susie and Delia had. But,
yeah.
Spoiler alert, the body was Delia's.
How did they figure it out?
So they figured it out because, so after they found this body, the cops went back and, like, tried to find, you know, the car again, because they were like, well, maybe this is, like, one of the girls, because they knew that they were, like, lost, you know, but, like, they couldn't identify her. Like, I don't know, I guess they didn't have dental records, or maybe, I don't know, maybe her teeth, I don't know about the investigation, but, the cops couldn't figure it out. They couldn't, like, literally no leads, no anything. So we're going to fast forward to 1990. So it's 30 years later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's 30 years later, and the bridge is, like, kind of run down, and they're doing construction on it. And while they're doing the construction on the bridge, they find the car. It was under the bridge the whole time.
Oh my God. They didn't look like right under the bridge?
They did. But they couldn't find it. So that's also, like, suspect, because it was there the whole time. And when they pulled up the car, there was a pile of bones in the driver's seat. So that had to be Susie. And
wait, so the other girl got out?
Yeah.
What? Oh.
So I don't know what happened, but, like, what if Susie was, like, kidnapping and, like, hurting Delia? And, like, she was trying to get out. I mean, like, why was she missing 2 of her hands and 2 of her toes? That's weird.
Wait, 2 of her fingers?
No, both of her hands were gone and 2 of her toes.
Wait. Oh my god.
Like both of her hands, no longer there. And 2 of her toes. So, and like, I just feel like...
Yeah,
like, that's weird.
So you think that she kidnapped her and just...
Maybe. Or like, kidnapped her. I don't know.
I thought they said that they were going to a party together or something.
Well, they were, allegedly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that was just my theory. That has absolutely no evidence to back up on that.
Yeah.
But, like,
I mean, it could be.
I mean, just like how? Or maybe, I guess also... No, actually, I have no explanation. How could she have lost her hands? And only her hands and 2 toes? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know. But... So, the Lady of the Lake is said to be Delia's ghost because she's missing both of her hands.
Okay.
And that, like, the ghost, like, whenever people see her, she's just, like, lost and wandering around. And people, basically, they're like, the legend says, Delia is just roaming around the lake trying to find her hands. Which is so sad. And, like, they're not, like, she's, like, evil or anything. She's just, like, looking for her hands.
Yeah, I mean, if she's looking for her hands, that means that she lost them, like, at the lake.
Yeah, I guess.
So, you said,
well,
maybe she got them cut off beforehand.
Maybe. I mean, I really don't know, though. Because, I mean, she didn't have her hands cut, like, when they were stealing stuff from the gas station.
Yeah,
So, maybe, like, she had to cut off her hands to, like, get out of the car or something. Maybe she was trying to escape. But that still doesn't explain her toes.
Yeah, it's all just weird.
It all just doesn't make sense, is basically what I'm trying to get at.
And did these fish, like, take her shoes off?
That's what I'm saying. Like none of this makes sense. This story makes no sense. But it's like backed up, like, police records is what happened. And, like, the police don't know anything because, I mean, what answers can you get? Nobody else is alive. Like, nobody knows anything. Mm-hmm. So who knows? But, so you would think, like, after all of this, like, after... the Lady of the Lake, like the burials down there, like the town down there, the racetrack, all of this, all the deaths every year, that like nobody would go to this lake, right?
Yeah. I mean, after hearing all that, I am never going there.
No. Like I always say, I like want to go to all these places that we're talking about. We're never going here. Will not go here. Because no. No, you're wrong.
That's a good enough answer.
Yeah.
Because no.
Yeah, because no. But no, you're wrong because Lake Lanier sees over 10 million visitors a year. It's like one of the most popular lakes.
Why?
I don't know. I guess it's really pretty. I don't know.
It's pretty except for the dead bodies in the bottom.
Right. Or like your potential dead body because so many people die.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
oh my
and
God.
like people say, like, so why do people die? And like the law enforcement and like park rangers are like, well, it's like the strong currents of the water and like people just like not knowing how to swim. And I'm like, maybe, but like these numbers don't really explain that because like the Great Lakes should have more than, or like other lakes should have more deaths, but they don't.
I feel like there's more dangerous.
That's
lakes,
what I'm saying.
Like water.
Exactly. And also this is like a man-made lake. It's not like it's like traveling anywhere.
Safer, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know about all that.
My aunt actually lives in Georgia. I don't know if she listened to this or not. If she is, tell me if you ever have gone here.
Yeah, you should ask her.
Because if she's ever gone there, I'm judging.
You should ask her if she knows about like this stuff.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like people just don't know.
I mean,
like,
maybe
is that why they don't go.
I mean, maybe, but like the law enforcement and park rangers are they know about all the deaths, so they're like urging everybody to like practice water safety, wear life jackets, like be extremely careful because they know all the people are dying, and like people do, and yet they still die. So I'm just like,
is this like a public, like, is it a national or like a state park?
Oh, it's definitely
something?
A state park.
It's a state park.
I think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it might be like a private lake or something. Well, it's not private. Though.
Well, I guess I don't really know. It's definitely public though.
Privately owned. Or...
No, yeah, I don't know, but it's definitely open to the public. So.
That's insane.
I know. So. Yeah, that's kind of all I have. I don't really know how to explain anything that's going on in that lake. Everything is complicated.
Yeah, like
Nothing makes sense. No
I feel like
answers.
there's got to be something sketchy going on. Like,
Something
if
is
it's
definitely
not,
going
if
on.
it's not like a ghost killing all these people, or like, is there somebody there?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Like a group of people.
maybe. I mean, I have absolutely no answers, which makes me mad because I need the answers, but like I got none.
Yeah.
I got none, and all that I know is that that lake has not even been open for very long, and like think about all the people that's died there, and think about the people who were already dead that are just under there. Like that's so crazy to me.
Yeah, it's so crazy to me that it was built on top of a whole town.
Right. And a racetrack and everybody's stuff was left under, like their cars. Like it's crazy. Like I wonder where these other people are. Like where did they go? The people that live there.
Like, got home late that day and their whole town's underwater.
Underwater. They were like, yeah, sorry. I don't know what to tell you about that.
They're still in their house sleeping. Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Oh, that's horrible. Terrible. What if that's what they did?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I did not even think about that. Oh, that's horrifying.
Like they didn't give people notice, or they did, and they're like, I don't care if you're still in here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Who knows? Oh wow, that's scary. But yeah, that is the legend of Lake Lanier, which we will not ever be visiting. Sorry, listeners.
I don't think I want to visit.
No, I'm not going.
Or, I mean, I kind of want to see pictures just to see if it is really pretty. I mean, it probably is pretty on the top.
Yeah. Yeah, on the top.
The actual lake.
Yeah. No. It also sickens me just like how everybody says it's like really dark and murky. And like, yeah, probably because of all the bodies down there. But like, that's just gross. Like, do these people know that they're swimming in a body infested water? Because that's gross. Oh my God. I feel like that's just so unsanitary too.
Oh my God, my mom, if she's listening to this, she's probably freaking out too because she hates swimming in normal lakes. I mean, you already said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably so grossed out by that.
No, I know. Like, I was getting grossed out. I'm just like, ew. Like, imagine swimming and just like you hit your arm against something and it's just like a dead person's arm.
No.
Horrifying.
No.
No, absolutely not. Right. But yeah, yeah, that really.
Is this over already?
I know. I feel like it hasn't even been that. I feel like we talked for 5 seconds, but
I know, honestly.
I feel like we gained a lot of information.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go see the Jersey Devil.
Oh, I know. What if somebody's listening from Lake Lanier right now?
Dude, if you're at Lake Lanier, please be careful. Like, please don't die there. Like.
And if you're in New Jersey, just don't get attacked by the Jersey Devil.
Yeah. Also, don't be mean to the Jersey Devil because I think he's nice.
Yeah, honestly, maybe it's just people being mean to him.
Yeah, maybe he just wants friends.
Yeah, honestly,
and like a family that cares about him. Like he had to fly out of the, what was it called? The chimney.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I know. The Leeds family needs to take him back.
Right. Leeds. I need you to take him back if you're listening.
Mother Leeds? Are you
Mother
there?
Leeds? That's so funny. Well,
okay, I guess we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, I guess we are. So, our social medias are down below. Follow us because we need followers. If you want to sponsor us, hit us up. Our email will be in the description too. And if you're not a sponsor, you can at least email us your crazy stories of your little legends and mysteries and myths.
Yes.
Yes, I said that backwards.
Review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. And shout out to Juju, our lovely little assistant, taking all the notes for us. Yeah, that's about all I got. I
told him to send any notes today.
No, yeah, well, I told him to book the trip to go.
Oh, true.
Yeah, he's working on that right now. We'll get back to you on that whenever we're going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess all we have left to say is cue the music.
Yeah, cue the music.